Hey guys, back for another week of breaking down the open workouts. 20.4, we've got quite a doozy. I love this workout, pretty lower body dominant, so if you haven't seen it yet, um, it's 4 time with a 20-minute time cap, 30 box jumps, 15 clean and jerks at 65.95, 30 box jumps, um, 15 clean and jerks at 85, 135, 30 box jumps, 10 clean and jerks at 115, 185, 30 pistols, 10 clean and jerks at 145, 225, 30 pistols, 5 clean and jerks at 175, 275, 30 pistols, 5 clean and jerks at 205, 315. It's a lot to remember. Sorry about that. But yeah, very, very lower body dominant. Just watched some of the elite guys do it that were on the live announcement tonight. And I think what's interesting, I think for the vast majority of people, you're going to end up working for 15 to 20 minutes, with the caveat being if you have a very significant limiter in this workout, your workout's done at that point, right? So if you absolutely do not have pistols, once you finish the first 3 rounds of box jumps and kind of lighter barbells, well, your workout's done, right? Like if you can't do a pistol, you can't do a pistol. If that 145, 225 bar is the limiter, then like if your clean and jerk is 205 as a guy, or your clean and jerk is kind of 120 as a female, you're not going to PR by 20, 25 pounds. Maybe once, but certainly not multiple times, especially after you've accumulated the fatigue from the 90 box jumps that you'll be doing. So I think the first thing to think about is know your limiter. Look at the workout and be like, yeah, this is where I'm going to get stuck. And try not to blow up before you get to that point. If you are going to PR your clean and jerk, or going to attempt to PR your clean and jerk, or hit 90% plus for multiple reps, know that it's going to take you a lot of time. You're going to have to rest a little bit before you hit your first one. You're going to have to put the belt on. You're going to have to rest between reps for sure. Even Ben Smith hit the workout. He finished it in under like 17 minutes. I think it took him 3 or a little over 3 minutes to finish the last 5 clean and jerks. So he's only going every 45, 50 seconds. So keep that in mind. You're going to get slowed down wherever this workout finishes for you. All right. Let's talk about the box jumps. So make sure you check the standards. You have to face the box, 2-foot takeoff, all that kind of stuff. But you are also allowed to step up. That is a huge difference. If you don't have the capacity to finish this workout, why wouldn't you step up? That explosive drive will just spike your heart rate really, really quick, especially if you think about rebounding. Unless you're a really short athlete and reaching up to that 24-inch or 20-inch box is high for you, I would highly recommend stepping up. You are not allowed to put your hand on your leg to help yourself up, but it doesn't say anything about putting your hand on your leg on the way down, and you can take a lot of weight off of your leg by doing that and really just save your heart rate, right? I think on those early bars where you're trying to get through the reps a little bit quicker, you don't want your heart rate to catch up to you and then become inefficient in the movement and add fatigue where you don't need it. Everyone can do 30 box jumps or 30 step ups, so that's not too much of an issue. The first bar is very light, but don't cycle it as if it's grace, right? This is a long workout. So those first 2 bars, if the first bar is moderate for you, do singles. It's only 15 reps. You'll still be done inside of a minute. Otherwise, I might say 3 sets of 5 or 6-5-4, something like that. Kind of breaking it up just so you have that breathing. You don't want to accumulate too much local muscle fatigue, either in the grip, in the forearms, or more importantly in the quads, because this workout is quads. All right, so I think I'm going to try it out. For me, it's the last bar is probably going to be the limiter. So for me, it's like, well, do I need the extra time those rebounding box jumps are going to give me, versus if I just step up, I might be able to work through the barbell a little bit faster. So have a plan for that before you get into it. Pistols, new movement, that's pretty cool. So with the pistols, at this point, you should really be thinking about what is your limiter in the pistol if you have or don't have them. You don't want no reps here. It's pretty costly. It's a lot on your leg if they're not easy for you. If mobility is a limiter, get your lifters out. All right, that little extra heel raise can do a big difference for you. And you kind of want to try and find a rhythm with these, right? You don't want to go down and pause and make it really slow. It's super difficult. It's like doing a slow pause squat. You almost want to come down, descend nice and straight, stay flat-footed, really press out of that heel. You can even lean forward a little bit as you start to come up to make it a little bit more posterior dominant, not so quad dominant. You might surprise yourself with how many you can get. If you do have pistols, they're not a big deal. They don't need to be fast, right? Again, 30 it's a decent number, but you don't need to get through these reps in 45 seconds, right? You can take a minute and a half, because then you're moving towards those heavy barbells. Looking at the barbells, again, we talked about the lighter ones. As it starts to get a little bit more moderate, you definitely want to power clean as long as you can. Even in my head, I'm considering split cleaning instead of squat cleaning, just because that squat is going to take so much more out of you. I think if you find a way to make it to the last 2 bars, then you can consider squat cleaning, because they're heavy and you don't want any no reps at those heavy bars or your heaviest bars, right? You want to make sure you're ready for that lift and ready to receive it in either the power or the squat clean. Have that in your mind before you're ready to go. See if I'm missing anything here. I mean, those shoes, again, I said lifters for pistols, lifters for the laughs lifts if you really need them. I wouldn't recommend lifters for box jumps unless you're really confident in that. But for step ups, they may not be so much of an issue. So, yeah, lots of legs, lots of squatting. Make sure you warm up your calves. Make sure you warm up your quads. They're ready to go. They're firing. Hit at least a few 1 or 2 reps at the heaviest bar that you think you're gonna get to, unless you can get to the very last bar. Then I would say kind of warm up to the second last weight or somewhere around there, just so your body's primed for that. All right, should be a fun one here. Let's get those lifts going. Good luck, guys.